Coming up on AC 24/7, President Biden stops in Florida for a first-hand look at the damage left behind by Hurricane Ian, the promise that he made to those who are impacted. Plus, what we're learning about the search for a suspected serial killer in California and how the crimes may be connected. And sticker shock on the car lot, we'll take a look at what's driving the price of new and used cars up and when or if those prices will ever come down. Welcome to AC 24/7. I'm Ricky Cornish. Well, in Florida, there are thousands of people who are still without power, and it's been more than a week since Hurricane Ian made landfall. And with the midterm election just 1 month away, the disaster is bringing political rivals together for a common cause. The Advocate Channel's Gloria Pazmino has more on how the Biden administration hopes to help speed up the recovery process.
At least 120 people have died across the state of Florida as a result of Hurricane Ian. And President Biden was here in Lee County today trying to act as comforter-in-chief. Much of this area remains without power and running water, and true recovery is likely months away. By air and on foot, President Biden and the First Lady witnessing the deadly devastation unleashed by Hurricane Ian firsthand.
Everything is historic, titanic, and unimaginable storm just ripped it to pieces. You got to start from scratch, got to move again. And it's going to take a lot of time, not weeks or months. It's going to take years for everything to get squared away.
The president vowing federal aid will be in Florida for the long haul.
We're not leaving until this gets done.
People who fled Ian's wrath on Sanibel Island have now been able to return by boat.
I'm blown away. This is unbelievable.
Pretty much every structure on the island has some level of damage.
Florida's governor has now ordered the Transportation Department to get repairs going immediately on the Sanibel Island Bridge and is having linemen airlifted in to restore power.
To be able to start surveying the damage and creating a plan for restoration. I will tell you that I was in Sanibel today. You can go over it in a helicopter and you see damage, but it does not do it justice until you are actually on the ground and you see concrete utility poles sawed off right in half, massive power lines everywhere, massive amounts of debris.
And the pictures of out of Sanibel Island are some of the hardest to see. An official told us tonight every single building on the island has been affected by the storm somehow. But even amid all the devastation and destruction, there are people coming out to help each other. Neighbors helping neighbors. Restaurants that are barely able to function are getting in there to cook meals for the people that are out here cleaning and helping with the recovery. Reporting in Fort Myers, Gloria Pasmino.
Biden and DeSantis have confronted each other over a number of differences recently, including the response to the COVID pandemic, immigration policy, and LGBTQ+ rights. Investigations are revealing new clues about a potential serial killer in California. Stockton residents are on alert as 6 deadly shootings may all be connected. The Advocate Channel's Chris Gwynn has more on the case.
In California's Central Valley, a possible serial killer at large.
We do believe we could have potential serial killer.
So far, 7 people have been shot, 6 of the victims killed. The possibly connected shootings began in April 2021, with the most recent killing reported just last month. Police say the victims were alone and in dark areas when they were ambushed, all of them shot in the evening or early morning hours.
The average age of the victim is 42. We find that the sex of the victims are mostly male. We also find that the races are mostly Hispanic as well.
Stockton police releasing this video of a person possibly linked to the investigation, where you see the back of a person dressed in all black. The only surviving victim, a woman, telling police the suspect wore dark clothing and a dark COVID-style mask.
We haven't seen this individual committing a criminal act, but seems to be showing up in some of our recent homicides. So it's a person that we definitely want identified.
Meanwhile, victims' family members are waiting for answers. One of those victims, 54-year-old Lorenzo Lopez. His family desperately wants justice.
My mother and father were just heartbroken from this. You know, that's their first baby boy, and I know they have so many memories of, of him.
And until police catch the killer, they're urging the public to stay alert. I'm Chris Wynn reporting.
2 officers involved in the murder of George Floyd have now begun their federal prison sentence. Tu Tao will serve 3.5 years in Lexington, Kentucky prison, and J. Alexander King will serve 3 years in Elkton, Ohio. Both are starting their sentences just 2 years after George Floyd was killed. The 2 men were convicted in February of violating Floyd's civil rights and not trying to stop former officer Derek Chauvin as he kneeled on Floyd's neck for over 7 minutes. A federal court has ruled against the Obama-era program, Daca. The program, created in 2012, is to help the children of undocumented immigrants. In August, the Biden administration moved to preserve Daca with the new rule. More than 611,000 immigrants have participated in the program, and moving forward, any new applications will be blocked. The courts have not ruled on the legality of the changes made by the Biden administration. Actor Kevin Spacey is facing a civil suit in the alleged sexual assault of a 14-year-old actor. According to the suit, actor Anthony Rapp says Spacey made sexual advances toward him in 2017 when he was 14 years old. Rapp is suing Spacey for assault, battery, and intentionally inflicting emotional distress. Spacey issued a statement in 2017 apologizing and claiming he didn't remember the encounter. Actor Alec Baldwin has reached a settlement following a deadly shooting on the set of the movie Rust. Helena Hutchins, the cinematographer that was shot and killed with a prop gun on set, her family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit. The amount of the settlement was not disclosed. Hutchins' husband will now be an executive producer on the film. Buying a car in this economy is looking like it will be a bit tougher as this year closes out. With soaring interest rates and ongoing auto part shortages and back orders, researchers are saying the market isn't going to return back anytime soon. The Advocate Channel's Jen Sullivan has more on what we can expect.
Auto part shortages, high demand, and soaring interest rates, all driving up car prices.
That means you can't find what you want, and you're going to pay more for it if you can.
And experts say if you've been waiting to buy a new or used car, don't expect the car market to come down to normal levels anytime soon. Experts say companies and dealers have little incentives to take action to bring down costs.
There aren't many new cars available. Toyota, others have said they just don't have a lot of supply. They're really scarce. And the used cars are incredibly highly priced.
New car prices hit a record in August, up 30% over the last 3 years. And used car prices are still up 48% from August of 2019, according to the latest Consumer Price Index. Experts say automakers are still facing shortages of computer chips and other car parts.
That means the prices go up. That means it's harder to find components. It's hard to get things fixed when you go to a repair shop. So all of it creates this kind of snowball cycle.
Meanwhile, rising interest rates mean some car shoppers are already being forced out of the market. According to Cox Automotive, people with weak credit ratings usually make up 15% of new car purchases. Now they're down to just 5%. And according to Edmunds.com, the average new car loan interest rate reached 5.7% in the third quarter of this year. That's the highest it's been since 2019. If you can't wait for the market to improve and need a car now, here's one tip.
Don't go to a bank and don't get it from the dealer. Go to a credit union. They have lower rates because they don't pay tax.
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Pride.com is making history with its first digital cover featuring the stars of the original series High School. The new streaming series is based on the best-selling memoir of the musicians Tegan and Sarah Quinn. Go to Pride.com for the full feature article on this historic cover shoot and exclusive behind-the-scenes footage. Thank you for joining us on AC 24/7. For content that advocates for you, head to advocatechannel.com. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. For the Advocate Channel, I'm Ricky Cornish.